Hey you guys, Tanaja Rashon here, and I'm back with some very special guests. Today we have the blended Bryants, Tanita and Darian. Y'all say hey.
What's going on, y'all?
And I brought them in today just because I really admire what they have going on. They have a beautiful family and they're just doing great things. So I wanted to bring them in, talk to them about it, and we're just gonna chop it up. We're gonna kick it like we always do, and we're gonna have a good time, all right?
Yep.
So first thing I want y'all to do is tell us how y'all met.
Oh, this is gonna be an argument right
For
here.
real?
I'll let you start.
Okay, so boom. My friend was talking to her friend, and we had followed each other on Instagram before we initially met. She claims she doesn't recall that, but we were. And like I said, my friend was talking to her friend. We ain't gonna put no names out there. And we ended up going to a birthday party of her friend. And I thought that she may be there, because initially I didn't want to go. But I was like, okay, she may be there, so I'm gonna go. So when we got there, she wasn't there. I was ready to go after I ate all the chicken and meatballs. And then here she comes walking in fashionably late. So I'm like, okay, this it. You know, we gonna lock eyes. She's gonna fall in love with me naturally. And then that's gonna be it. But that's not how it happened. Another one of my friends that was there, we made a little silent wager to see who was gonna get her. And my other friend, who has to be the life of the party, has to steal the show. He was all up in her face and took her phone and all that, and she was all up in his face laughing and stuff.
No, it's not in his face.
And you know, that's not my steez. So I fell back. I was like, okay, whatever. And maybe like a week later, she pulled one of those dude tricks.
What she do?
She commented on a real old pic. Like super,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
When you scroll back in the IG.
About 52 weeks ago.
Not 52.
Yeah, about 52, 53 weeks ago. She commented like, hey, I thought I recognized you from the party. And I was like, got her.
Got him.
So, you know, a little chit chat. I didn't want to be too thirsty because it still is Instagram,
Yeah.
you know. So, back and forth. Hey, I thought that was you. Hey, I thought that was you. Okay, well, next time speak, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So then, I so happened to be minding my business one morning, and I saw on Twitter that same friend that I made that bet with, he was engaging in conversation with her. So I was like, nah, I can't let this go down. So I had to interrupt with him with that, hey, stranger. Hey, what y'all talking about? You know? And end up getting her number in the DM.
Not the DM.
Hey, man.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Goes down in the DM. Word to your guy. And we started texting and conversing. And then, you know, a couple years later, we blended Bryants.
Oh, that's so beautiful. What's your version of the story?
It's similar, but I wasn't in his friend's face as he claims I was.
Okay.
I came to my friend's party and I was late because I was getting the drinks for the party, and I was minding my business, and his friend comes over and just casually starts a conversation with me. He claims he tried to join in on the conversation, and I kind of just shoved him aside.
She did.
I
She
did not.
didn't even acknowledge
He made
my
a
presence.
simple comment that really didn't need a response. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And continue talking. So then weeks later, that friend and I were at work and we were scrolling through Instagram, and I commented on his picture, and then from there went to Twitter, and then we exchanged numbers, and then we're here.
Now, she likes to lie and say that her friend was the one that commented on my picture.
Oh, for real?
So I'm glad that it took you and years later for her to admit that she was the one that commented. Because she's been lying for years about that.
I ain't been lying. I ain't been lying.
For years about that YouTube world. So it
He's
took
lying.
MJ right here to get the truth. So
Hey,
thank you.
turn up.
Thank
So what was y'all's first impressions of each other?
I'll let you answer first.
When I first met him, he seemed pretty laid back, chill, kind of shy. Until I got to know him, he kind of put on that that facade. But and I initially didn't know he was a Q. I kind of shied away from Qs.
Shout out to Omega Sapphire.
Girl.
I
Wholesome
think
brush.
He tricked me. But yeah, he was really sweet. Real sweet guy.
I thought she was bougie when I first met her. Bad and bougie. Because I tried to talk to you and you just totally ignored me. So I was like, she bougie. I'm like, whatever. But we had made that bet and I don't like to lose bets. Nah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just playing. Initially, it was like pulling teeth trying to get conversation out of her.
Gotcha.
Honestly, when we first started texting, it was frustrating because she wasn't just diving in like I'm used to.
Yeah.
So
I understand that though, because I be the same way. Like, folks be texting, I'm just like,
little one-word responses, and I'm like,
say something to intrigue.
I'm like,
exactly.
what am I supposed to do with this?
Try harder.
Apparently, so
hey, I feel you on that though.
Yeah.
you know, at first I thought she was real reserved and kind of standoffish, but you know, as time went by, she started to open up a little bit. She's still like that when she doesn't know people. She's still real quiet and stuff. So it wasn't just me, but
yeah. So you know how a lot of people say the time that you're not looking for a relationship is when one sneaks up on you.
Yes.
So were y'all actually ready to be in a relationship, or it just kind of happened that way?
It just happened. I definitely wasn't. The night I met him, my daughter, she was only 7 months old.
Oh wow, okay.
So that was still kind of.
Whoa, y'all known each other for a while.
Yeah.
How old is she now?
She's 5.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, she was 7 months when I met him, and so at that time I definitely wasn't looking for a relationship. Really wasn't looking to entertain anyone, but he was real persistent, so
I mean, but
I felt there was a reason, and I needed to see what he was about.
yeah, I was in the same boat. I wasn't looking for a relationship because I got out of my previous relationship, and I was just, you know, playing the field, so I really wasn't worried about anything too serious. So I think it both was like organic. We both kind of just eventually got to that place. Took a while.
It did.
It definitely took a while. Longer than she would have liked.
Yeah.
But hey.
So do y'all feel like y'all were on the same maturity level when y'all met?
Nope.
Or did you have to wait on him, or did he have to wait on you? Tell me about that.
I feel it was more so me waiting on him. I feel like I've always been that type of girl that, not necessarily say that's ready to settle down, but that's just the type of girl that I am. And that's clearly not where he was at the time. And what's that look for?
Continue.
Anyway, he was still wanting to play the field, and it almost got us to the point where I wasn't sure if we were ever going to make it to a relationship or not.
Gotcha. Darian?
Wholesome brothers. I say there was a little bit of both. We had to both grow and mature in different aspects. Me, in the willing to settle down and not be in the field talking to multiple young ladies in that aspect. And her in the, once we actually get to this point, okay, he's serious, let me calm down, let me put faith and trust in him, let me not bring in past situations into this situation.
I can agree with that.
So it took for us to get to this point.
Yeah.
For this point,
I know that's right. I was about to bring that up too. Show it, girl.
For us to get to that point, we both had to grow and mature, and it took a while. But with God and with work, we got here. So no complaints.
So tell me how important, not just in your relationship, but in relationships for anyone, how important is it for an individual not to bring in baggage?
Super important. Super. Because if you're consistently and constantly thinking about things that happened in the past, you're never going to move forward. So I'm always going to pay for the sins of another man. Or something I did may remind you of something that they did. So you're going to jump on me because you're thinking about that when I honestly didn't even do anything or realize that I did anything that would cause that magnitude of a blow up. So that took a while for me to understand, like, dang, she always tripping on me. I want to go out with my friends. I'm out late. You know what I'm saying? Why are you always blowing up and getting mad at me? Whatever, good night. have a good night with your friends, but it's 6:30 and it's 6:30.
Not 6:30.
In the evening.
Oh, really?
It's 6:30 in the evening.
You
and
being extra.
It's, okay, 7. And she's have a good night with your friends.
Yeah.
I hope she was worth it. Stuff like that.
And I can say that's something I did struggle with for a while. Actually, it took a while for me to realize, first of all, that I was doing that because I was so used to it happening to me from my previous relationship, and I wasn't realizing the damage I was causing in our relationship. But I can honestly say I have learned from it. And
at the same time, being transparent. I had to give up some of my old ways I was used to. I still do it sometimes, and she gets on me. That's why I know she's with me, because she doesn't let me get away with stuff that I used to get away with. Like, say half truths or tell you what you want to hear. Like, it's true, I'm not lying. But I may leave something out. Just giving you just enough. Yeah. So she forces me to be fully transparent and open, honest about everything. Whereas before, I haven't been used to doing it. So, in order not to hear her mouth, I know that I have to give her the whole thing.
I mean, it's not necessarily just about not hearing my mouth like that.
Well,
that comes with the relationship.
True,
like,
true.
Be able to
I should want to feel the need to be transparent, and that's what I'm growing to want to feel that.
I love it. So, how big of a role does communication play?
Huge. That was like our number one struggle was communication.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I wouldn't think that right now.
That's how far we've grown.
I'm saying.
Like, if you would have saw us a couple years ago, man, it's crazy.
Say, they're not gonna make it.
A lot of prayer, books, counseling, everything. Like,
wow.
Still reading a book?
Yeah, we're still reading a book now. One of my friends sent to me. Called The Answer, I think. The Answer. It took us a while for us to get that communication down and be able to listen, because we're both very strong-minded and strong-willed individuals, and we did a whole bunch of clash and a whole bunch of this. Me, more so, I want to get my point across, and I feel like I'm always right. So learning to deal with the fact that I'm not always right, 95% maybe, but not always. So I had to understand that I'm not always 100% right. Yeah. So me having to relinquish that and being able to get to the point where I could listen to her side of it and see how she's feeling at what I'm doing.
That was my speaker. Sorry.
Okay. Me understanding and realizing my actions are the cause of the way she's feeling and her reactions, and I didn't understand that, so it would be her blowing up and me not understanding why. Gotcha. And it wasn't until we were able to get this communication, like, hey, her not being so upset and me being willing to listen, that we could get to the meat of it. Yeah. And it took time, so a whole bunch of not talking for days.
Oh man.
Yeah, sleeping in the same bed with our backs to each other.
Wow.
Cold.
Separating with that pillow.
Cold nights, her taking the covers and wrapping up, and me shivering at night because I'm cold and don't want to, and my pride getting in the way. Yeah. But once we got past that and opened up the communication, things were a little bit smoother.
So what were some things that, I know you said your pride was one of them, but what were some things that both of y'all had to release of in order for the relationship to work better?
Me, my number one thing that irritates her, that I'm still working on to this day, is my nonchalantness.
Okay.
When I get upset or when you make me mad, that's my first line of defense. Like, okay, and I don't care. Whatever you say, I don't care. I'm real nonchalant. And she'll be pouring out her heart, like begging me to just talk and communicate. Whatever.
That's not gonna work.
It's not, but that's just how I am. Like, if you make me mad, I'm gonna hit you with the nonchalantness and just piss you off. And then that used to just,
I can understand that.
Hair used to fly up in the air, head used to spin, and exorcist type stuff.
Then it got to the point where I started getting numb to that reaction, and then it wasn't right, but I would show that okay, well, if you don't care, I don't care. And then that's when he turned around and act like he would care.
Then I get mad, like,
And
why?
then he would be mad, and it would just be a cycle.
Why you don't care?
Because you don't care, nigga.
why you don't care that I'm not paying attention to you?
So, did y'all both know that each other had a child when y'all started? Okay, so was that relieving to know that each person already had like a child coming in? Because you know, sometimes when you meet someone, well, for me, I can say for me, but if I meet a dude and I like him and he has a child right then, I might not be ready for that because I want to experience having a child with, you know, my person.
Yes.
So how was that for y'all?
I could say for me, it was a little comforting, knowing that we kind of had, I guess, similar situations. I never really thought about it until I met him, whether I would have an issue with somebody else having a child or wondering if they would have an issue with me having a child. But I felt him having one, he'd be more understanding to my situation than most guys probably would. So that was comforting for me.
With me, even though I had a child, I never wanted to date a woman with one. I don't know, I was just selfish like that. So meaning her, I liked her, and then she had this little mini me with her, and she made it clear that we're a package deal.
Okay.
If you gonna be with me, you gonna be with her. And so I'm like, man, whatever. So I had to form a relationship with not only her, but her daughter. And vice versa, I wanted her to form a relationship with my son. And it got to a point where it took us a while to get to a point where we were comfortable, you know, bringing us around them. I guess I should say. I didn't want to. I respect for his mother. I didn't have her around my son for a while, and she was the same way. She just didn't have me all up in her daughter's face, like, "Hey, this Darian," especially with her being so young. So it was comforting the fact that she could understand things like when I was going through issues as being a father, or just issues with his mom or anything. I could talk to her, and maybe get her perspective as a woman that I didn't think about. That's where it really helped me. Like, I don't understand why she's acting that way. And she'd tell me, well, from a woman's perspective, maybe not her, but from a woman's perspective, this is why I think. And then I could open my mind to not be so narrow-minded and try to see both sides. So that was a blessing. And then also just, it's hard being a single parent. Like, it's extremely hard. I salute to all the single parents out there. My mom included. She raised all us by herself.
Shout out to my mama. Hey, mama.
Mama, I love you.
Mama, you know I love you.
You know I love you.
Yes.
You know I love you. Shoot.
For real though. But were you finished?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
I was about to break out to that song because that's a classic. Boys to Me and Soul Food.
Right.
That whole soundtrack was fire, boy. It was fire. It's hard raising a child by himself, so being able to share that with somebody who has a child, and that, I guess, that pressure that you're going under, the frustrations, it does make things easier. So even though I was a single parent, I didn't feel like a single parent as much.
I love how you just changed that am to a was, because y'all ain't single no more.
Oh, no. Life partner gang, LPG baby.
Goals. And actually something that you said was leading into my next question. I wanted to know, how long did y'all wait before you actually brought one another around your children?
Layani, it was not long after she turned 1. This was, her birthday is in June, so it was like maybe February. That's when I got my apartment at Overlook. So she was a little over 1 when I finally brought him around, and naturally he was around her sooner, being that I was, you know, I am her mother and she's with me 24/7. So yeah, it was about a year, and it took her some time to kind of warm up to him.
She used to give me a little blank statue stare.
Yeah.
Like,
just looking
who
like,
are you? Why are you here?
At 1?
Yeah.
It always
She
amazes
still
me.
do that sometimes.
It always amazes me how babies have so much personality. You know, I don't have a kid right now yet because I want some. But when I'm around other people's kids, it's like babies really are attentive.
Yes.
I'm like, dang, I had no idea.
They be knowing, yeah, she was on it early. Like, she's definitely her daughter's, or mother's daughter, I guess that's a correct term, because we like that too. Like,
Yeah, both of them.
our relationship took some time to cultivate too, because she's so hard-headed and she give me just as much pushback as she does. So I was like, little girl, I'm not your daddy, but hey, look at me.
Yeah.
So it took us a while to get there, but now I call her my little boo.
Aww.
That's her nickname.
Yeah, she, I think now too, especially as she's older, she's understanding and recognizing him as a father figure in her life, whereas before it was just like, you just my mama's boyfriend.
Just that nigga. Nigga eat her fruit snacks.
Drinking them all.
Right, drinking them all Kool-Aid, eating her fruit snacks.
So is it hard for y'all to transition into disciplining one another's child?
You know, we still haven't really crossed that.
Oh, okay.
Like, well, it's verbal discipline at this point, because like I'm not her father and she is not my son's mother. So just now that we decided to take this next step into marriage, maybe that's a discussion that we'll have. Like, I joke with her, like, as soon as she becomes a bride, she get the belt. Like, it's gonna be her.
That ink finna dry.
That introductory into this bride, like she gonna get this belt. But right now, it's just more so verbal discipline, because you still gotta have that respect factor for the other parent.
Gotcha.
Because if somebody was touching my child, because his mother is dating somebody, and he was touching my child, I have an issue with it. Like, he has a father, and I'm very present. Keep your hands to yourself. True. So we haven't crossed that line yet.
Gotcha.
But she's a yeller though. She can yell with the best of them.
I get that from my mom.
She got that voice down. He still yes ma'am.
Yeah.
When she go to your room and clean it up.
My discipline style though really isn't physical as far as whooping. I grew up with a military father, so
my mama though.
Yeah. See, so you know how it is. We went through boot camp if we messed up. So, I felt it worked on us. So, I always try to give him tips, like, because I'll hear him in the room, like, spanking him, like, maybe you should chill out a little bit and just try this approach.
That rod wasn't spared in my house.
Hey, mine either, man.
That rod, that belt,
now,
that
my mom,
iron
she was
extension
the one
cord,
that
that
would
brick. That frying pan, that hanger, whatever she get her hands on.
One time I said something to my mom, I don't know. She was like, take them glasses off so I don't break them. And she slapped the hell out of me.
At least she was courteous enough to give you
that. She paid
right. I ain't about to pay you no more. Man, I remember one time I got in trouble in junior high. I got suspended from school. And like in junior high, you pretty much grown. Like you 13, 14. I came home, because I knew what time it was. I came home, put on like 5 pair of drawers, like 6 pair of basketball shorts, some sweatpants, my football pads.
Dang, you was ready.
I knew it. And then I took it all off because I was like, this is going to piss her off more. Let me take this off. So, but that's the type of environment that I was raised in. So I'm a firm believer in, hey, you mess up, it's going to be consequences.
I agree.
And but one thing I didn't take from my mama, she ain't really do this, but I try to do this. She tells me to do it now. Before I whoop him, I ask him, do you know why you getting a whooping?
Yep.
And do you know how to prevent this from happening? And he's like, yeah, I did this. How do you prevent it from happening? I need to do this. Who's in control of doing that? I am. That's understood? Okay. Now you finna get it.
I would definitely agree with that, because that's not something my mom did either. She just whooped me. Because sometimes, for real, sometimes kids just don't know.
Right. Now my mom, she was the one that would yell, scream, and beat us, but we were more fearful of my dad, because I felt with his approach at disciplining, the whooping, we just get it over with. he would have us out there for hours, and our whole body would be sore for days after. And I'm like, I'd rather get a whooping than do this. But I don't know. Hopefully, he'll try that approach one day. I think it sticks in his mind.
I've tried
more.
that. Like, I tried both. First, you about to get this whooping, and then you're going to the boot camp. Have them out there doing sprints and suicides and wall sits. And then, it's just bad.
The first time I tried with Leanne, it kind of pissed me off because she's like really strong for her to be so small and young. And I had her doing wall sits, and it took her longer than I expected to break, and it was pissing me off so bad. I just told her to get out of my face.
Because she was really out there working.
Yeah.
Yawning. Like,
It's so funny.
That's all you got. See y'all like get that belt. Get that belt. She ain't want to do it.
Oh, that's funny. So how would y'all describe each other's relationship with each other's child? So how's your relationship with the son? How's yours with the daughter?
Okay.
I'd say my relationship with Davin, it's still developing. I don't get the opportunity to be around him as much as he does with Leilani. And, you know, naturally he clings to his mom like any child would. But I feel he's opening up to me more. He definitely sees me more as a disciplinary figure than anything, I feel. But like now he's like, Darian will come home and be like, he'll ask where I'm at or what I'm doing, or he'll want to call and FaceTime me. So our relationship is definitely developing, and he'll have his moments where he'll want to come and talk to me. I don't think it was as straining as their relationship, Leanne and Darian. So
I never encountered a child like Leanne, so and then not being able to beat her, that was just a lot. But we good now. Like I said, that's my little boo. She we have our own personal relationship. I be telling Tanita, like, fall back, this us. Like, it was a time where she couldn't leave Tanita's side. Like, if Tanita left the room, she'd be crying, freaking out, like, where's my mom, where's my mom? And I'm like, she just walked out the room, calm down. But now she'll leave, she won't even know this because we'll be playing. Or we'll be doing Barbies or coloring or whatever. And now that she getting into sports, it's cool. Like, she's about to start playing basketball.
Okay.
And she keep that ball with her. I'm gonna keep the ball with you. And we other day we was working on free throws and just trying to have individual time with each other's kids to form, you know, that relationship. So she be excited when she come home from school. Darian, let me tell you about your day. And Dad, when he come home, come over to the house, he be telling Tanita, like, he lost a tooth the other day. He ran up like Tanita. Yeah.
That's so cute. How old is he?
He is 6.
Okay. So they're right there in age, kind
6
of.
and
5
5.
and 6 right there.
So it's like they peanut butter and jelly one minute and oil and water the next.
That's what
Like
I was about to
true
ask too. Like, how is their relationship?
It took a
with each
while for them to get to like a good place. I think more so Davin. Like, he used to being by himself. So he ain't like I guess sharing that attention. And also when Leonie was little, she was a little difficult. She was a little crybaby.
Okay.
So that kind of was like, like every time we do something, if it wasn't her way, she'd cry. And it's just like, they're like, calm all that down. But now, like I said, they're getting older. They're like this, like we can leave them alone in the room. They'll be in there, she'll be in there with Barbies, and he'll be playing with his superheroes.
Oh.
Like his Black Panther and
Yes.
Falcon
Y'all seen
and
the
Thor.
movie?
Nah, not yet.
Oh wait, it hasn't.
Yeah, I think that came out yet. I was like, when did it come out?
Yeah, it ain't came out yet.
Black Panther come out next year. That Thor just came out.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Thor.
So, yeah, they starting to get it together. And then I think they were excited, like, when I proposed, they was like, oh, like, got real.
Let me just say, first of all, I want to say congratulations to the Bryants, because I'm just so proud. I'm really proud of y'all for real. But the proposal, so creative. It was on Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
They proposed. They got engaged on Halloween. Tell them the theme. I'm gonna let y'all tell it, because it was great.
He did a good job of tricking me. He claims that I knew, but I honestly had no idea. He had me help plan our family Halloween portrait. So I was excited about that and getting the
You gotta get on
costumes ready.
backstory. We known for our Halloween costumes.
Yes.
Like the
Every year.
The Bryant family
Every
don't.
year, yeah.
Bryant family don't play when it comes to Halloween. Like Fabulous, we're coming for you
Yes.
and your family next.
Y'all better watch out.
Yeah. Like we known for it, and this year I was like, okay, we gotta come hard. We gotta come hard. So she initially threw it out. It was like, let's do the Addams family.
You shot it down.
And I shot it down.
And because he said, "Oh, Fabulous and them already did it." I'm like, so like they're famous. Who cares?
Yeah.
But I kept thinking about, I was like, okay, that'd be cool. I'm like, we're gonna switch it. We're gonna be the Bryant family. And she's like, I'll joke about us being the Bryants and all this, but she's quick to remind me. Well, prior to remind me,
I ain't married. Ain't no ring on
ain't
this.
ain't no ring on this pig. Everybody ain't a Bryant yet. It's Hollingtons in here, all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shut her up with this.
Yeah.
So shout out to the brothers of New Epsilon, chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, E&E, Row. We
That's my favorite chapter, by the way. I love y'all.
No chapter. So we're in the process of getting this home, old plantation home, turned into a frat house, and it's like real ducked off, real.
So that was here?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I was wondering if that was here.
You will never know.
Yeah.
Like it's behind a whole bunch of shrubbery. Like you'll never be able to find. But we it's like we trying to renovate it and stuff, get it all cleaned up. But it's like a real old style plantation home. So we got all decked out. And it was really God. It was really God that did it. Because my mom actually, her mother, my grandma, she had to have surgery and get her feeding tube because it came out. Had to get it put back in. And she's based in Birmingham. So my mom came down for that. And then she came up here to see the kids and to see us. Okay. So I was like, okay, this is God. Because my mama got to be here for this. Yeah. So I was nervous that day. Like I had asked her father for permission a while ago. He was like, yeah, cool. I told him my plan. He's like, okay, I'm going to help you out. Got my friends involved with it. So we get to the plantation house. My friends are there maybe like 30 minutes before. And it was cold. Like it was real cold on Halloween. So they was in the house freezing. And we finally pull up. Everybody gets out. We just start taking pictures or whatever.
I'm talking about me questioning everything when we pull up.
Oh, yeah. So my friend Bird, I had him get everybody, my friends and her friends and everybody, they all piled up in his old work truck. So when we got there, the work truck was parked at the house, and she's like, whose truck is that? So I had to think on my feet real quick. I was like, oh, that's probably Mr. Charlie, one of my older fraternity brothers. That's probably one of his work trucks or something. You know, they be working on the house. And she's like, okay, whatever. I thought you said nobody lived here. Ain't nobody here, girl. Come on. So we get there. We outside taking pictures, and little boo talking about she cold. And and I'm just like, little girl, like, shut up. Like, don't you ruin this for me. So we take a couple pictures, and I'm like, okay, let me see what they look like. So that was the cue. I told her dad, I'm going to go up to him, act like I'm looking at the pictures, whatever. And then when I walk back up, that's when he needs to start here record. Okay. So I was like, okay, cool. So I walk back, I was like, okay, let's take some more. So I get back up to them, get them all propped up and everything. And I was like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. And I'm like, my heart beating fast, and I'm sweating in this suit, and I'm like, Jesus. It's cold and you sweating. Right. I'm like sweating. I'm like, okay, all right. I was like, before we continue, it's only right that if we're taking a Bryant family picture, everybody needs to be a Bryant or something like that. Yeah. I was like, so in front of my parents and your parents and our children, I was like, Tanita, I would like to know. I was like, Tanita, I love you. Blah, blah, blah. My mom was like, I can't remember what I said.
I love you. I appreciate everything you do for our family. And then
I was like,
you said my entire name, whole government.
And I made sure that her nails was done prior to.
And you know what? I told him.
I told my best friend that. I said, please make sure my nails done.
That's what I told him like years ago. I said, the day you decided to propose, the only thing I asked is that my nails are done. That's it.
Because them ring pictures the truth, man.
Yes.
Yeah. So got down on one knee and she started crying. I was like, yeah, you better cry. If she ain't cried, it wouldn't have been a proposal. I'll put it back in my pocket like maybe next year. And she started crying. And I was like, you know, when you marry me? She said yes. So put the ring on, we hug and everything cool. So I walked.
Then picture him.
Yeah, her
On the
mama.
side, my mom. Ain't nobody tell me. Why nobody tell me? And Darian's like, it's good reason we didn't tell you.
Right, she would have blew it. So I had walked off to something. I think to go put the kids in the car because they were cold. Like I really played it, so I got hot chocolate for them and all that. Because I was like, I know little boo gonna be out there tripping. So I was like, I gotta put all this into consideration. So I went to go put them in the house, and then I walked away, and then my friends bust out the house.
Scared the crap out of me.
They bust out the house, and all of them had a set of roses.
Aww.
And then they gave it to her. And then
You did good. I'm
did-
so proud.
I did all right.
You did
They're
good.
really good.
Facebook loving it, man. We
I
had like 46,000 views.
When y'all
On
get
the
channel,
video.
make sure you put that video on.
Oh yeah,
there.
definitely.
For real, for real.
1,000 plus likes on the little post. I was like, okay,
Yes.
people actually like you.
Yeah, and they were sharing it.
Yeah,
a lot of
300
people
something
sharing.
The
shares.
theme was so cool, y'all. When I saw it, I was at work. I was like, oh my gosh. I feel like I texted you shortly
Yeah,
after
you
that.
did, you
And
did.
told you, yeah, I told you congrats, and I said I want y'all on the channel. That's what it was. Yes, like y'all did that.
Shout out
for
to my
real.
little brother Desmond Bryant.
Yes.
Rebel Glasses. He did the little filter on the picture
Okay.
and made it look all scary and
Yeah.
stuff. He does
Y'all
graphic
nailed it.
design, so yeah.
Well, how do you deal with both of y'all? How do y'all deal with setting the boundaries for your children's other parent, and how have they handled y'all's relationship?
Okay, with these questions.
Right, getting deep.
Yeah. Taking my jacket off this thing.
I think you should start first. 'Cause
Man.
I didn't have as much issues.
She didn't have as much issues as with me. Like me and my son's mom, we good. Surprise, like knock on wood. Like we've never had issues as far as raising our son, co-parenting. No issues, like none.
That's really good. That's a blessing.
Exactly. I know a lot of people that ain't in that situation. So
We see Tyrese right now.
right.
Man.
13,000 a month. What do you want from me? It's not funny. Why we talking about Tyrese? It's not funny. I feel you, Tyrese. And I apologize for
we
that
do
outburst. That was just kind of funny. But
Are y'all hot on me today?
nah, I'm
Okay.
good. Nah, questions give me any more warm.
Right?
But like I said, we got a real good relationship. We haven't had any issues. When we first decided to split up and everything, we kind of had rules and guidelines to act accordingly too. As far as like having people around our son and what she would prefer and what I would prefer, blah blah. So I try to do my best to adhere to that, and that didn't always go so well with her. She felt like I was putting her feelings over. She felt as if I was putting Davin, my son, his mother's feelings over hers.
Gotcha.
And that came from you not being totally transparent in giving half truths to certain things is where all that stemmed from.
Yeah, ain't nobody talking about that.
Yes, yes, that's a very important detail. Very
Okay,
important
anyway,
detail.
but we got over that. But that was like a really big challenge in the beginning for us. Like a really big challenge. Like, you know, being a guy, I was trying to keep these two entities separate.
Yeah.
Like, you stay over here. This is our son. We got a good relationship. We a family. Whatever. This is my girlfriend, who may one day be my wife. We like working towards that. I'm developing a relationship with her daughter. I want her to develop a relationship with my son. And we got our own little separate kind of here. So it wasn't until I grew up and again we worked on communication that I was able to be fully transparent with his mother. Like, hey, this is this. She's in my life. I want her to be around Davin. And like surprisingly, she was cool with it. Like I feel like if I'd have been like honest earlier and not being so scared, probably would have helped a lot. But you know, cause like Tyrese, my son is like that's my world.
Yeah.
Like my father, he was involved in my life, but he wasn't. Like after my parents split, I grew up in a family like divorce. After they split, they was always going at each other, and that's one thing I didn't want for my son.
Right.
I didn't want him to be in that type of environment or to see that. So I felt like whatever I had to do as a father, I'm going to do in order to be able to remain relevant to my son and be in his life. And if you can't deal with that, then you don't need to be with me. But at the same time, that wasn't completely fair to her. So I had to, you know, make some changes and be more forthcoming with her as well as his mother. And like I said, things worked out. Like shout out to his mom, she's very mature. It could be worse. Like it could really be worse. And to her, her daughter's father, he's mature about it too. Like they could easily be petty, but both of them have been very mature about the situation. She has a boyfriend now. At first, I was like, you know, I don't want no nigga around my son. You know what I'm saying? But my son has a good relationship with him, and I had to be mature and secure in my relationship with my son. He knows that he knows that I'm his father. He knows that I love him. Nothing's going to change that, regardless if she has a boyfriend or when she gets married. We still gonna have our relationship. So you can have that relationship with her boyfriend. That took a while too for me to swallow my pride. And she helped me with that. She's like, how are you gonna have issue with his mother moving on, but you moved on? So
yeah, he didn't like me when I used to tell him that.
nah, I didn't. Like whose
She
side?
got a life too,
Like whose side are you on? You know what I'm saying? Like that's my son.
Yeah.
But
that's why she's such a blessing though, because she keeps it real with you.
she do.
You know.
Whether I want it or not.
Right. And that's how you know it's real.
Yeah,
I love that.
I guess.
I love y'all.
Get your hands off.
So how was it for you?
Really, as far as having an issue with her father, having an issue with him being around, I really didn't have that from him. He grew up with a single mom, so he was kind of more understanding of it. Even like now to this day, he'll call and, you know, when he wants to get Leani, he'll even ask, oh, does Devin want to come? Or even if I send pictures, like he'll post pictures of both of them. Like he's been really accepting of it, real mature about it, which, to be honest, I wasn't expecting him to be. But understanding that his mother grew up a single mom of 3 kids, in hindsight, you know, he was definitely understanding because of that. And like his mom's been real supportive of our union and everything too. She's extremely supportive. She treats Davin just like that. It's her own grandchild as well. So we've been blessed to have that.
That is really good. And it also, I feel like it'll benefit the kids too, because they have so many adults that they can turn to at like any point, you know?
Right.
That's so great. Sorry, I lost my spot. Okay, here we go. This one might be a tough one. So have y'all, since you are about to become one, have y'all considered what the household is going to be like and how y'all are both going to approach things like academics and discipline and all the things that come with being a family?
We kind of already like moved towards that.
It became natural.
Yeah, like what we expect when I come home with Davin, even before her daughter started going to school, like I'd be doing homework with him. She sit her right beside him. Like, okay, it's homework time for you.
Gotcha.
So that they know when you come home from school, before you watch TV, before you play, we knocking this homework out. So that's pretty much been understood. They know what to expect. If that room's not clean, it's more so her. If that room's not clean, when I come back, anything on the floor is getting thrown out.
Ooh, that sounds like Veronica. Hey, Veronica. That's my mama.
Yeah, that's her. Fussing about the rooms and stuff.
About the house, period.
About the house, period. I wish I could have some
I
help.
can't stand the next.
I wish I could have. It'd be nice if I could have some help. So that's understood. And yeah, like I think it's pretty much, like I said, natural. Like she said, us working towards what's understood. They have an understanding before anything is done. Work has to be done. Then you can play. If you act up in school, when you get home, there's gonna be consequences. And other than that, you good. One thing I try to drive home now, especially with sports, is we're leaders, not followers. Like, we're not gonna settle for average. One of my favorite quotes from one of my teachers at A&M was like, mediocrity is not an option, the only alternative is excellence. It was like I think she was social studies. Everybody used to hate her. Like, I think her name was Miss Allen. Everybody used to.
Oh, I remember her.
Everybody hated her. But
They did.
But I loved Miss Allen. Like, she kept it G. And like, if you got an A on the test, she had you stand up and she announced it to the class like, look, they did what they're supposed to do. So, like she said, mediocrity is not optional. Only alternative is excellence. That's what I try to preach to your kids. Like, look, we're not finna be average. You're not finna follow anybody. You be a leader. Yeah, school too. You be a leader. Because at the end of the day, one, those kids aren't coming home with you if you get in trouble.
Yeah.
They not about to get his ass whooping. You are.
Right.
And two, they're not about to carry you through life. You got to stand on your own 2 feet. So.
Tell me about DB Branding.
Cool. DB Branding is a branding and marketing agency that I created a couple years ago. It started with my friend, Fu Okerson.
Shout out to Fu. Hey, Fu.
Young Fu. A fool was writing a book, and we was just at a place like he had just got his apartment. Cause me and Fu, that's my line brother, one of my best friends. He slept on my couch after he graduated.
Okay.
I slept on his couch for a while. Like, we've been through the mud, and he had just got his apartment, like just a couch, not a lot of furniture, and it really started after he graduated from school. He used to play football. After he graduated from school, he realized he wasn't going to the NFL. He's like at a cross in his life or whatever, crossroads in his life. And he started writing a book called King Without a Crown.
That book was jumping. The book was jumping, Fu. I read it.
Yeah, you read it. And I felt his passion, because like I was working at a job and it wasn't what I wanted to do and not where I wanted to be. I got my degree in marketing from Alabama A&M University, and I was just paying Go Bulldogs. I was just paying bills, but it's not like where I wanted to be in life. And I just felt real complacent as well. So while he started to write his book, I started coming up with creative ploys to how to market it and create a website for him, start helping him with his branding stuff. And from there, it just took off. We started pushing the King Without a Crown campaign. He started Soul Sessions, which is a conversation party.
Yes.
And, you know, millenniums and entrepreneurs will come and just have open dialogue, no holds barred, no judgment, about different topics, whether it be about relationships or politics or just family, anything. And I became the brand manager for that, as far as the look of it, how we wanted to.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, how you know, I'm more than just the money person. So how we wanted to articulate our story online and digitally. So I was behind that, the pictures and the content and everything. So now, like, I've done work with Fu. I've created a whole bunch of different websites for people. A couple of my friends back at home. Life coaches and style, nonprofits, things of that nature. Basically, DB Branding is have a couple of different sayings in regards to it, like be distinctive and be you. So many people who just do the normal rhetoric when it comes to marketing and the same skills and everything looks the same. When I work with somebody, I really want to be about you as an individual and tailor something that showcases who you are, and not just give you post pictures 2 to 3 times a day and make sure that everything that you put on IG, put on Facebook, and make sure you tag such and such of these pictures and use hashtags and none of your pictures. Like, everybody knows that.
Right.
And we're gonna do something, we're gonna work together, we're gonna make sure that we create content that really showcases who you are and tells your story. It enables you to connect with your audience. Yep. So that's more so how I got started and where I'm at now. So marketing, branding, lifestyle, any of those needs. If you need help with trying to articulate your brand or just get your message across, I'm your guy.
Yes. Holler at him. Sound like I need to get you on my team.
Hey man,
Because
let's work.
marketing is really not my strong suit.
Let's work.
At all.
Let's work. You doing your thing though, man.
I'm really not that creative. Well, I'm creative in different ways though. Like Instagram posting is not my thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of market research.
Yeah.
She always gets on me about being on the phone so much and always being on Instagram. But a lot of time it's more than me just liking pictures. I'm actually like looking at how people that I respect, like what they're posting or how they're posting, like learning different techniques and like what's popular.
All right, Tanita. I asked Darian what side projects and everything you had going on. He told me about your thrifting business. So can you share a little information?
Shame on me. I haven't really been active with it as I was before, but I'm an avid thrifter. Like, it's like a hobby of mine. Like, I get an itch if I can't go, like, just something wrong. And he still gets on to me about my spending in the thrift stores.
But it's so
as cheap
though.
as it is, right? And I turn it into
it's a
money,
difference
though.
between spending
I
money
make
for
money
yourself
off of it.
and making money for yourself. If she's spending money to flip it, then we're good. But if you walking around and everything that you bought, then that's just shopping.
Yeah.
That's not, we ain't got time
I
for that.
found some Oscar De La Renta suitcases, a whole set at the Downtown Rescue Mission thrift store. That's my favorite one. Yeah, they back there. I'm gonna show you before you leave. But man, when I found them, I was like, oh my god, it's like a treasure. It's like treasure hunting when you go thrifting.
Yes, and a lot of people don't have patience for it, which is why it's like. So I used to work for this place called Style Encore. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's kind of like a Plato's Closet, but for more high-end stuff. And that's what kind of got me into it and got the idea. Also with the help of my lovely fiance here. But one of my coworkers there, she was telling me how she had like a separate bank account and had like all this money in there, and she would just flip it going thrifting.
Wow.
So I started doing that. My favorite thrift store that I typically go to is Thrift Mart University. They're 99-cent Mondays. So I'd find like Loft and Taylor. I found some like Coach, Dooney.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And one time they did have a Louis bag in there. Like, you'd be surprised at the stuff you find in there. But I got to a point where I was only spending 99 cents per item, and then I'd go and sell it back to these places, and sometimes I would turn $15 into like $180.
Wow, that's what's up.
Doing that. Or on Facebook yard sale, people would turn around if I'd post and they'd want to buy things from me that way. And even just stuff that I wear that I buy from the thrift store, people still to this day don't believe that it's all thrifted. So he was trying to get me to get a Instagram for it and build me a website and everything, but I haven't been too committed to it at the moment to fully indulge into it. So I still feel it's a work in progress. I just gotta find the time for it.
Gotcha. And it's really all about timing, you know what I'm saying? Because you can have a great idea, but have it at the wrong time and it not work.
Right.
So I agree with you on that. Just wait for the right time. It's coming. What type of information would y'all want to tell people about blended families and making them work? So for anybody that's watching this video that's like, that's my situation, what would y'all tell them?
Keep working. Don't give up. Do not give up as many times as you want to. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. I can speak that I was quick to want to give up.
Get your shit and get out.
But thankfully, he has shown me how committed he is to me and wanting this to work despite my hard-headedness.
Communication, man. Communication. Work on your communication. Don't be in a rush to blend the family as much as Like, you're not on anybody else's timeline. You're not on your own timeline. Like, take your time, develop the relationships, make sure that both of you are on the same page. Mm-hmm. Don't try to force anything on the other person or the other person's child, and just let it occur organically, just naturally. That's probably the best advice I give. Because she used to hate me and her daughter's relationship, because like I said, we used to bump heads and I used to be mean to her, and then I turn around and be nice to her. But that's just how I dealt with her as a kid when she used to throw her tantrums. Like, it used to irritate me, so I just lash out, but I couldn't lash out. So I'd be mean to her, and then the next day I'd be nice to her. She's never gonna respond to you like that. So instead of working on her time or how she wanted me to deal with her daughter, I had to learn for myself, like, look, if I do want this type of relationship with her daughter, then I need to learn how to do this. So I try to have a little more patience when she have her tantrum. Gotcha. Or when she going through something that her mama flying off at the handle, I'll pull her with me. Like, come on, let's go do this. Or tell me what's wrong. And then she'll comfort me, and she'll feel more comfortable with me. And yeah, that's about it, I think.
It's funny you say that, because I find that just watching y'all in that manner is comforting to me. It reminds me of my relationship I had with my dad. When my mom would fly off at the handle with me or lose it, as many times as I said I'm never gonna be like my mom, man, I'm just like that woman.
I'm gonna have to make sure
you said a mouthful right there.
I'm gonna have to make sure her mama see this video.
Just like that woman. And when I get in that mode, I see my dad in him, where he's like, just come on over here with me and talk to me. And she'll open up to him where certain things she won't with me. And that's the same relationship I had with my dad, and that's why I'm so close with my dad. So it's kind of comforting to see that they're developing that relationship.
And I think that also helps with our relationship, because she had a fear that we wouldn't have a relationship. So that in return put like a hindrance in our development, in our relationship. Like, I can't be with you if you don't have a relationship with my child. And vice versa. I see how she is with my son and how he opens up. Like she said, he's a big mama's boy. Like, it frustrates me so much how much he wants to be underneath his mama. But I see him open up to her. And like, even when, before I proposed, he's like, when you and Tanita get married, I'm gonna call her my mom too. Aww. Like, and so I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. Like, you still put that, not the boundary, but you still let them know you have a mother and you have a father. I'm not trying to replace your dad. Right. And she isn't trying to replace your mom. Like, it's still gonna be your mom. But if you want to talk to her, or if you want like motherly advice, she can be there where I can't. And I think they understand that now. Yeah. Like, little boo, like, looks at me like dad number 2. So
I love how you call her little boo, like, for real.
Oh yeah, that's her name. I've been doing that for years.
All his frat brothers call her little boo. Like, that's her name now. She doesn't go by Leonie.
Oh, that's so cute. So, everyone, that concludes this wonderful time kicking it with the Blended Bryants. Y'all, please let us know where we can find y'all, where we can follow y'all.
You can follow me at Nita_Fonzarelli.
You can follow me at same old D, same old _D on Instagram, and then you can follow us at Blended Bryants on Instagram and Facebook.
I love how y'all said that together. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for coming and kicking it with us today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and that's good for our ego, and we really appreciate that. So until next time, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Did you think of that all by yourself?
Yeah.
That was good.